get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up. First things first, don't do this rap shit to stand out. My plan's about to minimize the folks holding their hands out. Whether you on the corner bumming all day at your man's house, relying on government funds, crying cause they...
Yo, welcome to another episode of Shop Talk After Hours live on YouTube. What's up, everybody? How you doing, man? It's your host, Excalibur Miller. We're here with Victor Wesley, T. Miller, Jason Moore, Q. Kelly, and also Andrew Hughes. I want to start off the show saying happy birthday to my mother. Happy 60th birthday to my mother, Cynthia Miller. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you. Also, I want to give my condolences out to the Dozier family. Just found out today that my best friend, like a brother to me, Brian Dozier, passed last night. So my condolence goes out to the Dozier family. This is Shop Talk After Hours. What episode is this, Victor?
I think it's episode 3.
Episode 3?
Yeah.
Episode 3, all right. Today
I don't want to cut you off, Miller, but let's get condolences to our brother Rick family too.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I'm sorry. Also, my brother Rick Elms, Investigator Elms. I worked with him back at the Manning Police Department from 2014 to 2018. My own condolence, thoughts and prayers goes out to the Elms family also. All right, today's topics we're discussing: Brittany Griner, Deion Sanders, and maybe Deshaun Watson. Let's go, V.
All right, so let's start out with Coach Prime. So, Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime he's now the new head coach at Colorado State, and some in the HBCU community or African American community are a little salty. I guess some will call him a traitor or sellout and I found that, especially with social media, the worst thing you can do is have a knee-jerk reaction and just jump on social media, just talk about how you feel. Sometimes it helps to wait a little bit and listen for some other things to come out before you even say anything. But no, Coach Prime leaving, me personally, I was disappointed to hear it, but I wasn't surprised. I want him to stay Jackson State a little longer and really, really continue to build something there. But as I started hearing more and more about this, I started kind of understanding, what would kind of make him want to leave. And I guess my question is, did Coach Prime leave more than he was kind of sort of pushed away? Because now we're hearing, and we heard a little this why was at Jackson State. Little things, well, not little things, but some not so helpful things. His car was broken into several times. His son's car was broken into several times. When the water was bad and the kids needed water, hotels, it was Coach Prime that was paying for that. Coach Prime paid half his salary for the football facility. Jackson State says it was for stuff that he wanted and that it already planned to build, the football facilities and all of that. Things about the money not even being right, not getting paid what they say he was going to pay. Alumni, overall when it comes to HBCUs, about 10% of alumni give back to their institutions. The national average is 20%. But while Coach Prime was at Jackson State, he did an interview with Earn Your Leisure, and I think in the way he was kind of trying to tell for that there's some things that they need to get their act together. So let me play this a little bit and this is from Earn Your Leisure. So
how can we have 60,000 people in the darn stadium? You talking about we sold out, and I checked the receipts and we done sold 28,000 tickets. Now y'all better find out who's stealing, because that affects my pocket. You may not like it, but I ain't lying.
Thanks.
Yeah, the full interviews in our description. Now, Jackson State says, that we fulfill all of our obligations. His comments taken out of context, and they didn't put the link to the full interview, but I did. So if you don't watch that full interview from Earn Your Leisure, the link is in the description. I think you should watch it. It's really great. He's really dropping some gems. But I think with Coach Prime leaving, it shows a bigger issue in reference to our community holding on to our top talent. It's one thing when you're not getting paid as much as everybody else, but it's another thing when you're not getting paid well, you're getting cheated out of money, your stuff's getting broken into, you have to mow your own practice field, which Coach Prime was doing because the facilities people wouldn't do it or wasn't doing it in a timely manner. When the Jackson State football team goes to the Celebration Bowl and they get paid for that, that money's not sent back to the football team. It's spread out. So you're being funded for my money. You cheat me out of some money. My stuff's getting broken into. And now here comes this bigger bag. Yeah, it's bigger, but I bet you at Colorado, Coach Prime ain't mowing his own practice field. I bet you he's not going to worry about his car getting broken into or his office getting broken into, because that was happening at Jackson State too. What I find is a lot of people has got this heat for Coach Prime for leaving, but where's the heat for Jackson State for not doing what they need to do to help him want to stay? And
that's it right there.
I'm just going to hand it over to you guys and let you guys take it from here.
I got a whole lot to say about that. Go ahead, Miller. Go ahead.
You made a statement about the bigger bag. I think it's more than just the bigger bag.
Yeah, definitely.
The simple fact is, let's look at it from this perspective. He's the first coach that came from an HBCU to go to a Power 5 school, correct?
Yeah.
That never happened. You got to look at it from that standpoint.
And that school replaced him, had an African American head coach before, and now they brought him in. So,
second of all, he's bringing 10 guys from him with him from Jackson State. These guys would have never had that opportunity if it wasn't for Prime. 10 other guys from the HBCU going to a Power 5 school. That never happened. So you got to look at it from this perspective. These 10 guys are getting better opportunities, more looks, better facility, better training, better eating, better whatever for them to be able to make it to the next level, and they respect the sport.
Yeah, and players are coming too. You bring in players too now with the transfer portal.
Yeah. You got guys leaving Alabama now to go to Colorado.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
You got a guy leaving Georgia to go to Colorado. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I heard y'all talking earlier about, Deion might not be successful his first season. I don't know. The way he's looking for that transfer portal, I don't know.
The conversation that just started when you came back on, we hadn't finished. But the bottom line is this, to start off with. If your car is parked on one side of the street, I got $200 in my pocket. Your car parked on the left side of the street, and I want you to move to the right. You can take this $50 and stay parked where you at. Or I give you $150 to get your car moved across the street. That's one aspect of it. Common sense. You can move your car. Especially you're on the side of the street where there's to be, like you say, all the business, everything going on, people walking by your car, people probably sitting on your car, fight break out, they go fall on top of your car. But if you move it across the street for $150, you're in the safe zone. That's common sense.
Yeah.
What I found is society and people, especially like in the position that I'm in or I've been in, people look at you and they want to, down you for making a decision or whatever have you. First of all, don't down my pockets, because I know what my pockets are. And then the stress level of what he got to deal with on a day-to-day basis with that bull crap of somebody breaking in his car. Having to mow your own field. That's
Nick Saban ain't doing that.
Yeah, and then the kids having issues with finances, and you having to step up, which we all would do. We gonna step up to help our players to help our teammates, to help whatever, so that everybody can succeed, and it all comes back on him. People outside that, they don't see that. They don't see that. That is stress all in by itself. You know, Deion, he was a great player. He was a great coach, and he's doing good things. The thing is, with all of that comes that stress level that people don't see. I'm not gonna down that man for any decision that he made as far as going somewhere where he was gonna have support. And then, like Miller said, taking other players with him to help them be successful. Because think about it like this. They can decide as soon as he get there, hey, you know what, Deion, we made a mistake. We don't want you. But guess what he did? He bought those players, and they still got that opportunity. The players can't, they ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. You know, ain't nobody mess up on them, you know. And now he's got, and who knows? It might be more stress. It might be, you know, more issues there. You know, the crazy thing about this and what I've learned too, I'm gonna say it. I don't care who anybody got a comment on it, hit me up, whatever, hit the show up. But the bottom line is this: wherever we go, black folk always got something stupid to say. And then, you know, you got people of other cultures willing to help and be a success. They gonna pull it all in together, and we all gonna be together. Like I say, Black Lives Matter. Yes, Black Lives Matter, but like I say, all lives matter too. And that's what other cultures look at when it comes to certain things. And they bring it. They want a successful football team. They go. I'll never forget this. I was 17 years old. I was at the car dealership. By myself. I had to go get my grandma to help me fill out the paperwork because I had to be 18 in order to buy the car. I had all that money I had made myself, right? Sitting on the other side, white kid with his grandmother. She co-signed for him. She gave him $5,000. I only had $2,000. He got a new model car because that support system has always been there. But with us, a lot of times, we got to fight for it. You know, yeah, it is what it is sometimes, but give that man credit for doing right by his team, by his players, by helping them and supporting them, giving them that opportunity to make a better lifestyle, not only for themselves, but for them families. Like Miller said, they're getting a better look. They're going to get a look. Just because they were able to transfer from one team to another, just on his word, come on, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. Now, when we talk about successful season, again, 10 players, Miller, ain't gonna make a big difference.
no, I say 10 players, but I'm talking about transfer portals too.
Yeah, the transfer portal is going to change this college football because now it's possible for a coach to rebuild their roster in this offseason.
The Pac-12 is weak. That's a weak conference in college football.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, but he basically, the reason why I was saying that is because it's realistically because he has to gut the team.
Yeah.
And basically start over from scratch.
Yeah.
So realistically, you know, with all the attention and everything, you're gonna have a lot of people, especially his haters, that's gonna be wanting him to fail and rooting for him to fail. But realistically, when you have to gut a team and start over from scratch, regardless, bringing in all these players, there's a strong chance that first year you're not going to be successful, or people have different definitions of success, especially when it comes to college football. A 3 or 4 loss season, a lot of times is not viewed as being successful in college football. So basically, success would be considered damn near going undefeated, and that's not realistic with everything he has to do. Yeah, they're going to improve a lot probably that first year, but you probably really can't expect to see a real significant change until the second or third year. But to go back to what the original issue, from day one, he let it be known that if a big time school was to offer him, he's going to take it. He's going to have to entertain it, and we basically know what that means. There's a good chance the right school offer him something, he's gonna take it. So I really don't see how this is a surprise to anyone, and why so many people, are upset. And let's just say if it was for the money, so what?
Yeah. I think there's a.
I mean, okay, if it was for the money, I mean, so what? Does that make him necessarily, a sellout? Because I think a lot of times, one thing I hear a lot of people saying is, it's not like he needs the money. He doesn't really need the money. A lot of times we do a lot of pocket watching.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't know a person's true financial situation. So if a person does it for the money, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. And the reality of it is that his goal, one of the goals with Jackson State, was to take them to a whole nother level. Meaning one of those things was not just be big time on the black college football level, moving up in the division. And he didn't get the support when it came to that because they were so content with where they were. So if you're really not trying to grow with him, you're not gonna do nothing but hold somebody like that back. He has bigger aspirations. Now he wanted to make them big time, but they didn't want the same thing that he wanted. So when you get that opportunity to go somewhere and they offer you the money and the sky's the limit for you, and you can also have more coaches that look like you. A lot of people getting a lot more, gonna be able to get opportunities and get more exposure with him moving up to a higher level. But if Jackson State wasn't willing to or trying to grow with him or had the same vision that he had, why would you stay?
Yeah, I think there's like an expectation that I'm just speaking about the African American community that we're supposed to just stay for the culture. We black, you black, we gotta stick together and there's no care as far as how we treating you while you're here because the expectation is you're not gonna leave. We want the hookup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not, because that first year, the conversation should have been at Jackson State. What do we got to do to up our money up? What do we got to do to keep him? Because if we don't treat him better, if we don't make his quality of life good, someone else going to come along and take him from us.
But and plus, it's promotion also. I mean, I see guys like Dr. Umar out there bashing him and other people on Facebook. Other people on Facebook and social media bashing him for taking the job. And I say to everybody, if you get a promotion at your job, you mean to tell me you ain't going to take it? This man went from making $250K to now $5 million a year. Duh.
No-brainer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he gave half that back to the school, so it was really more like $150K. You take taxes out of that.
Yeah. And he was spending $150K of his money to help towards the football team. Here he's making $5 million. He ain't got to spend nothing. Come on, man.
Look at it this way also. Yeah, he had a successful season this past year. But let's say if it was for the next 3 years, his success rate just plummeted. And he didn't take full advantage of the opportunity that he had right now. We're going to talk shit about him. He's not going to have that job. Mm-hmm. And then what opportunities are he going to will he have? So just like all these people are saying, well, as soon as you don't win, everybody going to show their true colors. They don't love you, Deion. Well, hell, we ain't no different. It's just that he was winning. We want to keep on winning. But
yeah, that's being a football coach. I mean, that's being a football coach. I promise you right now, with Clemson losing to South Carolina, there are some folks saying fire Dabo Swinney right now That's,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's,
sure. Yep.
that's the game.
That's where it would be no different once it happened with Jackson State, except he wouldn't have been making as much money, and then he's not going to have the same opportunities to go anywhere else to make more money. So it's really smart of him to take full advantage of what he can do right now.
Man, I was just embarrassed. I was embarrassed how the Jackson State fans at the football game they had 2 weeks ago was playing that with the King. What's the guy named King George? Keep It Moving song to Deion while he was on the sideline. I'm like, y'all, come on, man. Come on, man. Why we gotta do that, man, like that? He brought so much publicity to that school, to that team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why? Why?
Yeah, I can tell you why.
Put to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Go ahead, Jason. I'm sorry.
I looked up the salary breakdown, and for its first season, it's $5.5 million. His base pay doubled. His base pay is $500,000. He gets another $1.7 million in supplement income, radio, television, public appearance, $1.74 million for promotion and fundraising, $1.5 million for development of the student athlete. And oh, by the way, this contract goes out to 2027 with a pay increase in 2027 up to $6.3 million.
Guess what? This is what I'm doing right here.
Like, hello, I mean, he's just his base salary doubled. Where do I sign, and how fast can I get there?
Exactly. They're still doing the school a favor by still coaching them to the Hollywood Celebration Bowl for Saturday. Right. You don't have to do that.
That's right.
The president didn't want him to do that.
Yeah.
He's coaching 2 schools at one time.
That's right. Sure is.
And he still got to pay for breaking the contractor. He's got to pay Jackson State. I mean, he can afford it now, but
yeah.
Honestly, I would like to argue. I would like to be the contrarian and argue the other side.
Go ahead, big dog. Let's see what you got to
say.
But
honestly, I can't. To keep it a buck, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Anything I say, I gotta say it with my heart. So, the fact of the matter is, this is a microcosm of our community, and we are the type of people that we want you to be successful, as long as you can be successful in the box. As long as you can stay in what we consider to be acceptable, we want you to be successful. But as soon as you step beyond that and have a vision beyond what we can see, then it becomes a problem. And so that's what goes on way too often in our community, and we pull each other down, not realizing the other opportunities that excuse me, like you said, the players that's getting the opportunity that will get looks from the NFL because of them following him over there. 1, 2, the coaches that's getting the opportunity and is now going to get the looks by other high profile colleges to be able to get, a chance to coach, be a head coach somewhere. And then thirdly, we always argue the fact of, okay, there's not enough African-American NFL coaches.
That's the start right there.
How can we be upset when somebody is climbing that coaching ladder to be able to create the opportunity, but then hate them on the fact that they are actually doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't see the big picture. All we see is the fact, okay, well, you said you was going to be here. You said you was going to help us. You said you was loyal to these kids. How loyal must I be? When was the last time y'all won a championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I brought you that. How much notoriety now have I brought to the school? How many people would love to follow my footsteps and now coach for you that would never even look at you before I got here? You know what I'm saying? So he did a favor for coming over there and doing what he did. Now they on a national map because of him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the kids got sponsors. The everything has changed and went to another level because of his effort. But we don't look at that. You know what I'm saying? And that is the problem with our community, man. And I just wish that we would be able to have, you know, the foresight to be able to look at things beyond and what's just in front of our face, to understand things greater than our personal situation. And then on another note, even deeper than that, my greatest commitment is to my son, my family.
Right.
So not only is he increasing the opportunity for his family with earning more money, but he's doing it for his son. Exactly. So now his son is able to play at a college that he never would have been able to play at. You know what I'm saying? Get notoriety and possibly get a chance to play in the NFL because of the choices his father made. So if you want to see me with loyalty, you better check the fact that my first loyalty begins at home. Charity begins at home. So, you know, that's my 2 cents.
Hey, sound like to me we all agree with each other on the Deion situation.
Yeah.